Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. One of the things that we need to discuss before we go any further with our lecturettes on the strategic planning and strategic management operations within your organization is we need to talk about the core competencies of your organization. And if you don't understand the core competencies or your signature strengths, then it's going to be very, very hard to push forward with any of the other phases and steps included in this process. So before we go any further, one of the things I want to talk about are core competencies, signature strengths, and dynamic capabilities. These three items have small nuances and small differences between them, but they're close enough that we can almost use them interchangeably. They're almost synonymous. Dynamic capabilities, signature strengths, and your core competencies talk to why are you in existence. It's almost like if you need to figure out what your core competency is, then maybe the best thing to do is to go back and look at what is your original mission. The why do we exist? And if you look at the original why do we exist, that sometimes will take you back to, okay, that's what we're supposed to be good at. If you're General Motors, then building cars would be your core competency. If you're Boeing, then your dynamic capabilities would be building state-of-the-art airplanes for today and for tomorrow. And if you're a company like Heinz Ketchup or Heinz Products, then obviously, one of their items for being a signature strength would be providing the highest quality ketchup or tomato products to their consumer base. And so guys, I just want to make sure that you understand that every organization has a core competency. And you have to stay to those core competencies and stay true to them, because if you get out of line with your core competencies or your signature strengths, you can get into what they call mission creep, which is where you start making decisions that pull you away from your original mission. And so sometimes you can actually get away from your core competencies, and before you know it, as an organization, you're engaged in all kinds of activities, efforts, priorities, projects that really don't have anything to do with your original mission. If it doesn't have anything to do with your original mission, and it's not one of your core competencies, then it's probably not addressed in your strategic plan. I don't know how it would be. And if that be the case, if you're engaged in activity that's not part of your strategic plan, it's not closely related to one of your core competencies, and it's not tied directly to your mission or the mission of the organization, then what you're doing is you're not adding value to the organization. And everything you do in your strategic plan, every activity that every employee and every stakeholder engages in should be designed for value management or adding value to the organization. If not, you may be on the wrong road, you may be on the wrong path, and you're going to hurt your competitive strategy for the future. If you're looking for a niche market, don't go after a broad differentiation market. If you are set on being the low-cost provider, don't allow yourself through mission creep to try to inch your way into a higher-end market of some sort. It won't work. You can look at, there are many examples out there today. One of the best examples is taking a look at pennies right now and how it's developed into the new JCP. And some of the efforts that the pennies board of directors over the last couple of years have undertaken in order to try to change their approach. And I'm not so sure, and the stock market seems to reflect that, and the market analysts seem to reflect that opinion, that it may not be working as of this time. So please keep these a couple of items in mind, that your core competencies, signature strengths, and your dynamic capabilities are all very closely related, and you need to make sure that you keep your eye on the ball. If you've decided that you want to end up at B from the A, which is where you currently are, then make sure you stay with your core competencies. Diversity is not a bad thing. Becoming diversified as a company, going after new products, going after new markets, that is not a bad thing, but I'm stating don't give up your core competencies in order to do that. Simply expand your operations and add those items to what you are originally known for and you're originally good at. Don't abandon what got you to the success that you currently have for something new that may not be proven quite yet. So with that, I appreciate your time and thank you very much, and we'll take a short break.